All right, guys, what is going on? So, I talked about this a lot before, but I really do want to kind of revisit this because I think it's pretty important if you are going to be doing a cut, or if you just don't really like taking protein shakes. I think amino acids are a good alternative. So, if you've been watching my videos, which you probably haven't, then you would know that I have replaced whey protein entirely with amino acids. Now, I do try and eat a good variety of protein in my diet, and so I feel like I'm getting my protein needs. But I got sick of making protein shakes, and it's not that I don't have to make, these amino acid shakes or whatever. But it's just kind of like the clumpiness and the fact that I need milk. I can't take them with water. And just, when you add milk, there's extra calories and stuff like that. And there's just a variety of things that I don't like about whey protein. But anyway, what I want to talk about is just kind of what I found to be the best ones for a variety of reasons. And so the first one I ever tried is the Real Essential Amino Acid. Now, I do really like the flavor. You don't have the dyes in that one. It mixes pretty well. I definitely, I would recommend it just for the fact that I think it's a good product, but it is very overpriced, and the amount of aminos that you're getting is not the greatest. Now, they talk about the ratio. I kind of looked into that, and I don't have anything conclusive to say about the ratios of the amino acids that they provide, but the idea is that the essential aminos that they provide in the ratio that they provided in is going to be the most anabolic. And I don't really know what their claim to that is. I did look on their website, and they did kind of give a graph of the amino acid ratios that are in skeletal muscle. And then I looked up other amino acids, and what I had found was I found a product that has a similar, if not the same ratio of the skeletal muscle graph that they had. It was Now Sports, I believe. Now theirs was pure amino acids, so there wasn't any extra flavoring or anything like that. And let me tell you, it was absolutely disgusting. Now, I tried other essential amino acids. So I tried Redcon's aminos. Didn't like those. Also, the ratio is way off from what the thing was. So I figured, why would I get those? Now, if we look at my favorite one, which is this, this is the GNC one. So this is my favorite flavor. It mixes, it is my favorite flavor, but it is my favorite taste in terms of amino acids. Actually, the real amino acids do taste pretty good, I would say. It's kind of a toss-up depending on the day. Depends on how sick of any particular flavor you are. I've been taking these for months now, so I'm starting to get a little sick of them, but definitely top-tier taste and mixability with these as well. Now, this one doesn't provide the ratio, but it does say that it gives you 5 grams of your typical, branched chain amino acids, and then 5 grams of the other essential amino acids. So I don't know what the ratio on this is. So this is like kind of when it says, oh, this is a proprietary blend. You don't know exactly what you're getting. So the issue with this, proprietary, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I don't like that at all. However, a lot of products are gonna give you per scoop 5 grams of branch chains anyway, so I can't imagine how that would be harmful versus your typical branch chain. Now, to me, again, I think the mixability and taste on this is top notch. Some of the best that I've ever had, if not the best. So that's why I prefer that. If you had all the money in the world and you could take as many scoops of the real protein as possible, would that yield better results? I don't really know. But basically, I think the idea here is that whether you're getting the branch chain ones, The essential aminos, whatever it may be, I think it's not that important. You know, a lot of research has shown that if you're dieting, that the branch chains can be effective in preserving muscle. And I think that should be your main thing, is that it's kind of a supplement. Like if you're not getting the proper nutrients that your body needs, like if you are in a deficit, you're not getting the proper nutrients your body needs. That's why your body's getting smaller. So I think that's where branch chain aminos or essential aminos come in. Or if you're not getting adequate protein, you're not getting a good amount of essential aminos. So to me, if I'm bulking or in maintenance, I think I'm getting adequate protein. When I'm in a deficit, maybe not, right? And as opposed to filling those gaps with protein shakes with extra milk and extra calories, I think that's the role of these products. Now, or if you are bulking, even like I was doing prior, and you're eating your normal foods, which is what I prefer to do as opposed to taking protein shakes, and then you add these on top because they're easy to stomach, it doesn't make you full, and it gives you your extra protein, you know, without all that extra stuff. Now, if you want the extra calories, maybe you want to opt for the whey protein. For me personally, I do prefer to take amino acids. So, you know, there's a variety of things to think about, but I think the main place is either A, you prefer to eat your food, B, you don't like whey protein in general, which is kind of me, or C, you're on a cut. After saying all that, I will talk about which ones I like the best. So again, this is my favorite flavor of my favorite amino. Now, this has calories in it, so 10 calories. You're also getting that blend where you don't know exactly what you're getting, but I do think it is better than branch chain, considering it can't hurt to have those extra essential aminos in there. I would say overall, this is the best amino you can get on the market. Now, it costs about $30 per 30 servings, so that's a pretty average amount. I have both times been able to get discount codes at GNC to get these for $18 a pop. Now, that makes it a very cheap option, but you can get cheaper options depending on where you shop, which brand you're getting, etc. Which is why I wanted to talk about this one that I actually just took. So hold on, I have to hold this box up. But the Man ISO Amino. Now I got these on sale for really cheap, and I actually looked and they're still on sale. Now you can't get the 90 serving ones anymore from the source that I got them from, but you could get two 90 serving ones for $40. That's why I got these, and I still am on my first tub. Now I'm starting to run out. But the good thing about those is, you know, A, they're very cheap. B, they have 0 calories, which if you're trying to do intermittent fasting or anything like that, it's great for that. And C, you know, it tastes pretty good. I got the Dorks flavor. I wasn't crazy about it when I first got it, but I don't get sick of it at all. It's probably the easiest to kind of pound. And if anything, I start liking it more the more I take it. Whereas with this one, I thought this was the greatest thing that I've ever tasted when I first had it, and I'm getting kind of sick of it over the last couple of months after having it. But I still think it's very good, and I still think it's one of the better aminos that I've had. But so I think this ISO Man, if you can get that for a cheap price, I think that's probably the best branch chain that I've had. Maybe not in terms of flavor, because, you know, I'm not crazy about the Dorks flavor, but it is consistent and it mixes very, very well. So that's a great one. That's, you know, a cheap one that you can get. I think I got it from Muscle and Strength for the cheap version. Now, if you can get it elsewhere for cheaper, I don't know. But that's a great option. Again, I've talked about the Real Essential Amino. I do think that is top notch in terms of taste and mixability. Doesn't have the dyes. Does have some calories. Flavors are pretty good. That one's very expensive. So if you have all the money in the world, maybe go for that. Maybe that ratio is going to be perfect and it's going to fulfill all your dreams, but I really don't. I think that ratio thing is just, it's more about getting, you know, the proper amounts. You know, basically I think the idea around that is that if you're getting tons of leucine, isoleucine, but you're not getting the rest, it's not going to be beneficial. But if you have a balanced diet, if you're getting your essential aminos, even if they're not in the correct ratio, as long as you're getting the adequate amount, I think you'll be fine. So I think that ratio thing is not really, doesn't hold a lot of value. I could be wrong. But through my kind of flawed experiments, I haven't found there to be really much of a difference between any of that. I've tried a variety of essential aminos, and I don't really think there's much of a difference, other than taste and mixability, which I think that's kind of the most important thing if you're going to be taking these things 2-3 times a day. Now, I've tried some other ones, not really impressed by them. I would say those are the 3 that I recommend the most. I don't think you really go wrong with any of them, other than, you know, the real essentials are just pricey. But if you want, you know, the best bang for your buck in terms of essential aminos and, you know, all things considered, I think you got to go with the GNC one. My favorite flavor is the tangy orange, followed by I think it's blueberry acai is the other one. Yeah, that one's my second favorite one. The other ones are like strawberry kiwi, strawberry banana. They're all right. You know, I think the blueberry one is the one that stays the best for the longest. Like, I haven't really gotten sick of it, whereas the other ones I kind of got sick of all of them to some extent. But the tangy orange started off being my favorite. I think the reason I don't like that one as much is because I also take it intra-workout and I dilute it in a lot of water. I take 2 scoops when I work out, or maybe like 1.5 scoops, and I dilute it in a lot of water so it's not as tasty. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. But anyway, those are my recommendations for amino acids. I think I've probably had more amino acids in the last 3 months than any human being ever should. And I think I've had enough of the brands to make pretty educated decisions on them. I've done probably more research than a lot of people have. And I'm not saying I'm an expert in any of these things, but just in terms of a natural consumer, I think I've gone kind of above and beyond what your normal consumer would do. And those are my recommendations. But anyway, that's what I got to say about those. And yeah, go and check them out.